very much, Mike. And our next speaker is David Knox, the CEO of Santos. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Annabelle. I have to confess, as the far and away the largest producer of an odorless, colorless gas that's on the stage today, I thought I might give you just a few numbers to start with. Australia produces about 600 million tons of carbon dioxide a year. As a company, we produce 3.5 million tons of that 600. That's total production of all our operations. And what we seek to do as a company is try and reduce that every year. And in the last few years, we've been bringing it down by 0.25 million tons a year. So a small percentage of what we produce, but a good percentage. So this whole issue, I think, first of all, I think everyone in this room has to think about where do you stand on this and what contribution are we all going to make a difference here. Now, my daughters have all moved away from home slightly regrettably, but every time we all get together, the first thing they look at me in the eye and says, "Dad, what are you doing to reduce your carbon footprint?" And it's a really key question. They ask me not just, "What are you doing, David?" but what are you actually doing to ensure your company reduces its carbon footprint as well? So the first question I'd ask, what are we all doing to get it down? Because the first act of leadership is we've all got to participate. And at the end of the day, I believe we can all make a difference. And some people you might hear say, well, my emissions are so small, I can't make a difference. But frankly, I don't buy that argument. We can all actually make a contribution in this area. And the other thing I'd just like to go and say is I do believe in what I would call the precautionary principle, which despite whether you're a believer in the science or not a believer in the science, it's extremely unfortunate if we don't take action now, because the damages that will be done if we don't get, potentially don't get the level of CO2 in the atmosphere down is very severe, and we will not know it for hundreds of years in reality. So I do believe we need to, whatever you believe either side, we should make a difference now. Now, we're here in South Australia, which is a fabulous opportunity, because here in this state, I believe there is an extraordinary opportunity. And it builds on what Andrew said. And that's to combine the product I produce, which you won't be surprised to hear me say, which is gas, to combine it with wind power. By doing that, we could reduce this state's CO2 emissions to 0.4 tons per megawatt hour if we do it well. That would be the best of all Australian states, and except Tasmania, which of course is mostly hydro. We can't beat Tasmania, but it would give us a tremendous competitive advantage. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is coming to feasible solutions which work, bringing technologies together, and doing it in such a way that the whole of Australia has a really strong competitive advantage. And in doing that, we'll attract investment and the resulting jobs and ultimately tax revenue, which obviously will help the government and all aspects there. But I say, it's for me actually embracing climate change, using technology is actually, at the end of the day, going to give us a real competitive advantage. And I'd encourage everyone in this room to think about what can we, each one of us, do to make a difference towards that goal. Thank you.